Hello, welcome. It's been a while. I moved house. That's what happened. And then I was out without internet for like a week. But hopefully, fingers crossed. First stream. Hopefully the internet holds out. But we've got FSR Redstone, so I'm going to... idea of this stream is to try and just have a quick look at what that's like, basically. Haven't really seen much on it at all. I was actually trying to have just a quick look over some of the settings and stuff. So like, I've got it enabled. I've got obviously FSR enabled here. For some reason it's giving me this like, upgrade inactive, no driver upgrade available. I don't know whether I should be concerned by that or not. I am on obviously 25.12.1. I might see if that if it gives me that same issue, if I maybe trying another game. See, it does the same thing here. That's concerning, isn't it? Let me reboot the game and see if it does the same thing for frame generation as well. Bye bye, Mark Gill. Have I seen how mad RAM prices are? No. I don't think so. Is that just to do with AI and stuff? I saw Micron pull out of like consumer, didn't they? Although I see some Corsair RAM here for £2,000. Why? I see some for 200. Why would you pay 2,000 when you could just get it for 200? Do make sure to drop a like on the stream as well. I'm just going to quickly try and reboot. This is the first time I'm really looking at it, so you're getting like a live, fully live test. It's concerning, it's giving me this weird... I wouldn't expect it to say it's inactive in Adrenaline. That seems kind of weird. Why it would say that. I am live on Twitch as well, if you did want to follow me there. If you have joined on Twitch, I'm having a look at this FSR Redstone. Look, is it going to give me that same thing again? It has, look. Enable FSR 3.1.4 in-game. Is that just because I got frame generation off? Oh, no. Is it just maybe because I've got FSR 4 like in-game and it's throwing it off? I might have to restart it again. Let me restart again now that I've actually got frame generation enabled. I think the FSR... I'm going to maybe check it. I've got a couple of other games installed that I saw were supporting. I think Hogwarts Legacy and Horizon Forbidden West definitely do. I'll maybe boot one of those up quick and see what it says on those games. Just because it's... I don't know, it makes me nervous the fact that it could just be because you've got the FSR 4 in-game. So it doesn't override it in that sense, because you've already got it, potentially. I have tested Cyberpunk before with FSR 4, but I honestly can't remember. What does it say now? Right, so FSR. I think this could be just because FSR 4's like in game, so it's throwing it off. Because we've already got FSR 4 in the game. Whereas this is what I would expect it to say active here. So I did initially. There's going to be a little bit of restarting here, just because I want to just give a quick demo of it with it off, and then with it on, just to see if we can kind of gauge roughly the visuals. I'm just going to switch that off. Just wanted to give it a quick check there. Go by Oi Oi Shagger. Top Shagger. Pull up the stream for ad pennies. Thanks. Right, I promise I won't restart the game again. Guten Tag, wann hast du Geburtstag? So I'm going to play basically. I'm at 1440p here. My first play here, we'll have FSR 4 on. I'm going to put path tracing on, so everything maxed basically, which is probably going to create the most visual noise, especially with path tracing on. And just give it a quick look as to how that kind of visually looks, and then we'll check out frame generation on without the like machine learning Redstone, and then we'll check it out with that on. Should give us a pretty good like visual test of it at least. See how it looks.
Hey everyone, welcome to Info Flash. Say, did y'all lose power yesterday too? Yeah, when the lights went out there, I was cooking dinner.
Twitch stream is well ahead of YouTube one. Yeah, it's because I'm not streaming in 4K on Twitch, because you can't. So 4K adds loads of latency on a 4K live stream. Or on Twitch, I'm at like, I think the max on Twitch I'm doing is 1080p. I can't do higher than that, so it'll be faster. Let me know on the game audio too. To be honest, kind of sounds a bit quiet. So this is just kind of bare bones. 1440p. With path tracing on, FSR 4 quality obviously. Let me just see if I can drive quick. I mean the frame time here looks actually quite bad. And it feels kind of laggy as well. That's I guess what I'm feeling. You'll notice like some... Especially when I'm moving fast in the lighting, you'll notice it kind of straight away. When you're sort of looking at stuff like this and moving, you notice quite a bit of like just pixelation and stuff with it, which is kind of... It's stuff to look out for, because I think once... And especially like, look at this, the ghosting on the car in front. So when you're moving, it's quite bad. Obviously, we've seen all this stuff before. It's fairly similar even with NVIDIA stuff. That has obviously ray reconstruction, that makes it a lot better, but I think... From looking a lot at this game, the ghosting is always quite bad on cars. That's where it's the biggest issue, I think. Mehmet, thanks for becoming a supporter. Honestly, it doesn't actually look that bad. This actually looks pretty good as itself. I wonder if we just fully switch FSR off completely. FPS is obviously going to be terrible, but that'll probably give us the worst visuals. That pretty much halves the FPS, and if anything, ghosting will probably be slightly worse. You just sort of see it, yeah, especially this car in front, you see the trail quite bad behind it. Going game and it'll work. Oh, what, in terms of the nah, it still gives me this upgrading active, no driver upgrade, which doesn't really make much sense because frame generation says it's active. I'm clearly on the correct driver. That's that there though. If I'm gonna put FSR 4 back on, I'm just gonna put frame generation, but this is obviously without the... It is going to make me restart there. it might be worth to just restart it really quick. This is without obviously the update, the Redstone upgrade. I'll try and maybe check. Like I say, I think some other games have got it as well. Maybe try and quickly have a look at like Hogwarts Legacy, because I recall I think the ghosting was quite bad on that game, wasn't it? Mehmet, yo, how's it going? Naruto, yo. That's the only annoying thing with this game. Whenever you change the settings, you do have to restart.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to Info Flash. Say, did y'all lose power yesterday, too? Yeah, when the last...
We'll see. Frame generation should... There you go. Gives you quite a boost of FPS. For some reason, this game... Especially, I mean, look at the frame time. I don't remember it ever being like that. Stuttering is really bad. And it feels like... It just does not feel great at all. It's because of my usage. Look, it's like dipping down to about 80%. What was the keybind for a car? So this was a frame generation. You'll notice it's not letting me in this car.
Just stay calm. We have an 0211 in Westbrook.
Like I said before, I think you notice it at its worst when you're kind of moving really fast.
Dispatch, we're at Silk Road West. ETA 3 minutes. I swear, if some rich gonk's pool is clogged again, I fucking quit.
I'd say just like a lot of just visual noise. You're seeing it a lot on the pavements as well. The reflections, even on the road a little bit in front. It's always been quite like that in this game.
Suspect's vehicle has been located. Details have been sent.
I wonder if we just do frame generation without FSR 4. Probably be quite... Latency would be quite bad like this as well. Because our FPS is obviously quite low before switching that on. And in terms of ghosting, we still do have that. Definitely seems, just even on its standard, its base level, it seems better than I remember it being. I remember it being really bad. It is still quite obvious though. I do wonder if when we switch the update on. Yeah, like you see it under my car quite badly as well. Kind of hard to drive. It's quite laggy. Let's see if I'm going to save this. So when I quit, it doesn't. We can just pick it up from where we left off. I'm gonna go. We switch that on, and then if I also enable the new. So if we enable it here, FSR frame generation, upgrade to the latest machine learning based FSR, enable that there, it's going to obviously make me restart. Just need to do that quick. We'll see how it goes. And then, yeah, I check... I did have a list somewhere of all the games. It's a matter of, I guess, what I've got installed. I've definitely got Hogwarts Legacy, and I've got... Spider-Man 2, actually, that's on there. I've probably got that. That might be a good one to try, because the ray tracing was quite crazy on that game. Like, demanding-wise. It's good, I think, to test it on games with ray tracing, because that's normally where the image is. Stalker 2. That might be interesting to have a look at, actually, because I remember that. The ghosting and stuff on that game is quite bad. And the new. This is now with the new, so I've got FSR 4 quality on. We've obviously got frame generation on here, but then I've got it enabled on the new here, as you can see. See down here. Only issue we've got now is there's so many settings in this Adrenaline. Like, look at how many there are. This is too many. Anti-lag boost, chill, image sharpening 2, enhanced sync, fluid motion frames. It's a lot. It seems like a lot. It's just growing and growing. But you can see I've got it active here. So with a bit of luck, we'll see what that's like. I'm trying to remember as well in terms of FPS, what FPS we had. So yeah, to me, straight away, you can definitely tell it's more in the road, I think. The road looks, the road and kind of pavement looks a bit sharper to me. In terms of, yeah, there's still definitely like some image weirdness though. Like, look at the, what do you call it, zebra crossing? You can see it on there. See the way it's sort of like, see how glitchy that looks on the zebra crossing. I don't know how easy that is to see on the stream, but like right there, look how weird that looks. So there's possibly still some issues there. It just looks weird as you're sort of driving over it. I'd say it definitely seems better though. I wonder what the ghosting in terms of the cars and stuff's like. You still notice? See, that to me does look better. I'd say it's probably not, it's not perfect, but what is, you know? It's definitely much better though. I'd say there's still a slight bit of latency too, but I think it's just because my FPS is so low before switching it on, you know? See some weird lighting there as well on the front of that car's headlights. But you can still see like a little bit of ghosting, especially on this car in front of me. Ever so slightly. But it is definitely much better though. I wonder if it's if I get FSR 4, the like actual upscaling off, if we fully switch that off and just do frame generation. Because you can see, like, I'll still be getting some latency when because I've got 40 FPS here with frame generation on, so it's not really enough FPS. That's not really going to help the latency too much, but thanks for the answer, waste of time. In regards to what, sorry? Looks a bit more clarity. Yeah, it's definitely better. It's definitely sharper. I'd say the bigger difference is probably in the kind of road and pavements when you're driving. That's what I would say to look out for more. It definitely just looks sharper. That would probably be what I would say is the biggest difference. The car's definitely, so without upscaling on, look, the ghosting is definitely still there. You can see it quite significantly there on that car. Especially underneath the car as well, and behind it, you sort of see this weird drag. It's a step in the right direction, though, I think. Does that have the redstone upgrade? Yeah, I've got it on at the moment. You can see it on my overlay. I've got it on here. So we've got frame generation on here at the moment with it. But yeah, ghosting there is still quite bad. Upscaling here does actually seem to help that quite a bit. So it's that does seem to clear up quite a bit. Yeah. Only available on 9000 series though, so bit cheeky on that. And my frame time now is much better. Look how much better that frame time is compared to earlier. It was like unplayable earlier. Bit of stuttering though still. And I'd say if you're having a look at kind of the side railings, that still is an issue to me, it looks like, when you're moving. But you can sort of notice that, I think, in stuff like this. Look how much clearer, like a puddle. I know it sounds silly, but look how much clearer that looks. What the hell? Would you look at that puddle? Question marks? What's the question? I'll have to try it. It'll obviously be more useful to get like a side by side, but it's obviously difficult to do it on a live stream. I'll have to try and capture some footage and put it together. But just from seeing it on and off, you can tell some differences. I just think it's not going to, like, look, this looks much better here, like this. I've still got bare feet. I can hear my feet.
Kill the others and spare me.
Can I try performance? Sure. This is with path tracing on, yeah. You can see it here. So I'm at 1440p here. I'm at borderless. That's probably not gonna. Oh, you can't even go full screen. Oh yeah, you can't go full screen on this game with FSR on. Is that this game? I think that is, right? Was that? What game was it that used to force? It used to force you into borderless when you put upscaling on. Was that this game? I can't remember. But yeah, I've put path tracing on just to basically try and create as noisy an image as possible, you know, to really see what it can do. So this was performance. Definitely notice, obviously, a downgrade in image quality, but still pretty good. You thought the reflection? You're thinking of ray. Is what the AMD call it? Ray regeneration. I think you're thinking of. These games support basically the machine learning, like frame generation upgrades, which is what I'm looking at here. So there's stuff that the biggest difference I've noticed in this game really is the kind of image quality and ghosting and stuff, and the noisiness of the image. So we've got it on here, got it on here. So we've got, you'll see here, upgrade to latest machine learning based FSR. In supported games. Cyberpunk is a supported game. It's just that specific regeneration setting. I believe you can actually change it on and off in COD, can't you? I don't actually own COD. It would have been... I was kind of tempted to maybe get it to have a look at that, but honestly, this year for me, I was like, I'm just not going to get COD. Because that game looks absolutely horrendous. So I just didn't bother. You can still see the ghosting on the cars. Ever so slightly, but still. Pretty good for performance, I'd say. Went over an FSL4 really, just... Oh, the game's crashed. No! No way! Oh no, that's not good. Drive a timeout. Have a day off. So although it looks better... Can you consistently play the game? I swear that's been an issue in this game for so long, honestly. Can I play Black Myth Wukong? Is that on the list? I've pulled up a list of the games supported. That is on the list. I could probably have a quick look. I think I've got it installed. There's quite a lot of games on there, actually, isn't there?
Yesterday's body count lottery rounded out to a solid and sturdy 30. 10 out of Haywood.
To be fair, ghosting was ghosting bad on Black Myth Wukong? Let me just see if I've got it installed. I think I have. It'll be on my I assume it's got the setting. How do I get out of how do I get out of this onto the global? Games. Black Myth Wukong. Yeah, it has it here, so we can... Does it not have FSR 4 though? That's... I mean, it probably does with Optiscaler, right? It doesn't actually even have that support in the driver, but it has Redstone.
Welcome to Info Flash. Say, did y'all lose power yesterday too? Yeah, when the lights went out, there I was cooking dinner.
Radiance, performance, better performance. I didn't really see a massive difference in FPS. Because I had about... It's difficult to remember. I have to rewind the stream a little bit. I'm pretty sure before I switched it on, I had about 40 to 50 with these settings before I switched on, and I've still got the same. Let me see if I can rewind the stream a bit. As FSR 4, like in-game rather than driver. Cyberpunk does not have native FSR 4. I assume by native you mean in-game. It does. It does have it in-game. Look, I have it here. FSR Super Resolution 4. I assume that's what you mean by native. What? This car's honking me. Sorry, I'm just trying to rewind the... let me see if I can find it. Do make sure to drop a like on the stream as well, if you haven't already. Consider subscribing to the channel as well, if you're not already. Yeah, I think in terms of FPS, I don't really see that much difference. It looks very similar to me between before I switched on and after. I can't say there seems like a massive difference. Maybe slight difference, but it's not really that. It's not obvious, the difference, if that makes sense. What settings? So yeah, this is obviously native. This looks so much better than performance. But then the thing is you can't really play like this, really, because the latency is quite bad. So to drive on a keyboard, as you're seeing, is a complete nightmare. Everything's just a bit delayed. They mean after enabling FSR 4 instead of using quality and switch to native.
I'll take you for tacos sometime.
I don't know what you mean. We are at native here. In Avatar, you're getting some flashing in the shadows. Yeah, it seems alright to me in this game. I don't really see any issues that would cause me to roll it back. Is that the Avatar? Has that got a third-person update? Because I was going to maybe try and check that out at some point. You can see pretty good. Should we maybe see if we can try Black Myth Wukong out? Because I think ghosting, I always find Unreal Engine 5 games, ghosting is quite bad. Let me get my controller. I'm trying to get my cable and stuff. This is the thing, I moved house, so everything's still a bit in its right place. I haven't really played games. I am back. I don't know how much time I'll have to stream over the next couple of weeks, but I didn't have internet for ages because I had to move. All that palaver of sorting the internet out. But now I've got fibre. $1 million download. Feels clunky paired with your... What do you mean feels clunky? With the 9070 XT, as in like your GPU usage is low? Or it's stuttering? These games are not running FSR the new one, what do you mean? Redstone? They are. I'm assuming that's what you mean by new one. You mean Redstone. You just need to switch it on in here. At least Black Myth Wukong, if you... oh, I got rid of the list again. You can look online. There's quite a lot of games on the list. Cyberpunk, Black Myth... I mean, there's loads on there. I won't read them all out. You might maybe... Do you mean the, like, ray regeneration? I think only specific games have that as in, like, a toggle setting. I'm only aware of the, like, Black Ops 7 that has that as a toggle setting. You can see FSR frame generation, machine learning support, Black Myth Wukong, Cyberpunk's on there, Hogwarts. These are the ones that I was going to try and check out. Arc Raiders is on there, Black Ops 7's on there. There's not as many games on there. GTA 5, Enhanced, God of War, Ragnarok. I'm not sure what the... There's so many weird caveats to this. That's why it's hard to keep up with, honestly. Games require proper in-game integration of AMD 3.1, which obviously we knew it needed that anyway. So, like, frame generation games need 3.1.4. There's just, like, such weird caveats. Driver level override, yeah. You can see it here. So it's AMD FSR frame generation. You can see the note, upgrade to latest machine learning based FSR, basically. I'm trying to get out of this overlay. It's not letting me. GPU usage is around 75 to 80%. Yeah, it's going to be a CPU thing then. Especially if you're playing at low resolutions too. So I think best situation here would probably be if we do so first if we oh, it does have it in game, so I assume this is what you mean by native here. If I just try and do native, That is, well, that's FSR native AA, isn't it? If we leave it on that, we max... Do we want to go cinematic? Maybe not, because the FPS might be really bad. Let's just go give that a quick reboot. And I'll try it with just, you know, I'll try it with like base level frame generation, so not the new machine learning one, and then we'll switch to that. That's probably the best way to test it, really. Just join. What's the verdict? It definitely seems better. I'd say it's definitely better. So in Cyberpunk, it did look like there's some improvements. It's just not. It's not like a crazy difference. Like you really have to look at the kind of fine details. Is sort of how I would best describe it. So I feel like in Cyberpunk, there's some areas where it definitely did look better. I noticed on the roads and pavements, especially when you're driving in the car, it did look a bit more clarity and stuff. It looked a bit less noisy, but the ghosting on cars, which I think is probably the biggest issue on Cyberpunk, that it was better, but it didn't look completely gone. And then you saw some issues when we're like driving over zebra crossings and stuff. You just see weird sort of glitching in the image and stuff. So it's like it's not completely gone. With these things, though, it's always where, you know, the first iteration it's maybe slightly better, and then it can only really get better from then on. It's never going to be perfect from day one. So I'm still at I'm at 1440p here. If we go, yeah, native, and if I maybe just auto, does that mean on? We'll put frame generation on there and see. It's not available on RDNA 3, no. It's only 9000 series. It's not showing you the FSR and the frame thing is working. And yeah, it does the same for me. So on, I can't really show on Black Myth Wukong, but on Cyberpunk, it gives me... Oh no, we've got some... I get this weird message here. No driver upgrade available. I think I'm not really entirely sure what that means. Ensure FSR is enabled in-game to activate the upgrade, but it is enabled in-game, so I don't quite know if it's just conflicting because FSR falls like in-game already, so there is no override. I think that's what that's getting at. But if you enable this here, this is the frame generation, as long as the game supports it. But I don't think Avatar's on the list. I don't see Avatar on the list of frame generation machine learning support. It's not on that list. If that's what you're trying to actually enable, I wouldn't have thought you'd be able to see it because it's not on the supported list. I think is it even on the supported list for... God, I've got this... See this insane flickering on the screen? I don't even see Avatar on the, like, Redstone. There's a lot of games on that list, though, so I might have missed it. Yeah, I'm getting this... You see that insane, like, flickering? What is that? Is this what you're seeing in Avatar? So this is obviously with it... Oh my god, that flickering. What is that? This don't look great. This is obviously not with it on. This is just your normal frame generation. I have restarted it, yeah. What are the controls on this game? I completely I haven't played this game in so... How do I hit? I mean, I'm normally terrible at this game. On a good day. So yeah, not quite sure what's going on with that image, but that doesn't look particularly good, does it? All the flickering. Everything else looks okay, as there's not really any ghosting. Probably worth immediately getting the new frame generation on, isn't it? get that on straight away. Lots of shimmering too. I don't know what that is. Look how bad that is there. So if I switch that on here, it's going to make me restart the game, so I just have to do that quick. Am I using the updated driver? Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't have that option if you didn't have the updated driver. You can prove F125. What do you mean? I can prove. Do I have the updated driver? Yeah. You wouldn't have these options if you didn't have the latest driver. Like, you wouldn't get these options. But you can see I'm on it. I can show you anyway. I'm on it here. 25.12.1. So in theory, I don't get on this game why there's no on or off. It's either off or auto. I'm just going to assume auto means on, but it's a bit of a weird way to word it. Upgrading active enables FSR 3.1.4. God, what does that? This is the thing, is that frame generation has a different version. Does that mean it's not available in this game? It's on the list. It's on the list on the website. See what it looks like if I just launch in with that. I'm assuming it's not active though. I don't know what I need to activate to enable that, or the game doesn't support it, but it's on the list. It's on the list for me. Black Myth Wukong, frame generation, machine learning support. Titles listed in the AMD FSR frame generation machine learning section have AMD FSR 3.1.4 or higher and are compatible with AMD's Adrenalin machine learning based frame generation. This game's on that list, but it's telling me there that it's not. It's telling me here that it's not on that list. But on the website it says it is on the list. Lord have mercy. AMD, you're killing me. Whereas in Cyberpunk, this went active. I didn't get this message on Cyberpunk. And that's also on the list. So I'm not quite sure what list. The list on the AMD website. If you go to AMD and just type in AMD Redstone games or something, it gives you a list of all the supported games for like pretty much every version. FSR 3, 2, 1, Redstone, everything on the AMD website. Cyberpunk's in the same list as Black Myth Wukong for machine learning frame generation, but for some reason I'm getting that error in this game and not Cyberpunk. I can check one of the other ones. Because to me, that definitely doesn't look like it's done anything, which you'd expect because it's saying it's not active, but we're still getting that weird flickering. Next game. Oh yeah, how do I quit this game? What's the stream about? I'm just testing the new FSR update. What else have we got on this list? It's such a random... they don't have Hogwarts Legacy on that, on the... They have Mafia the Old Country. They have God of War Ragnarok. Have I got that installed? I think I do. Oh, sweet. 10 terabytes worth of games. Beta patch of Wukong. I don't know though. On AMD, this is AMD wording, right? Titles listed in the AMD FSR frame generation machine learning section, which Black Myth Wukong is listed in that section. It says anything listed in that section has AMD FSR 3.1.4 or higher and are compatible with the AMD software Adrenalin Edition machine learning based frame generation. But when I try and actually use it, it says it's not active. Do I need to, you know what, I may be having do I need to drop... God, I don't know. It's too late in the day to even think about this crap. Do I need to put it to 3 for it to work or something? What does this game look like? We'll see what it says on this. I'm probably just being a complete noob. Don't have to turn it on. Is that maybe conflicting, do you think? We can test it out. The annoying thing is, I assume you mean this, right? You mean this upscaling? Because this is on by default. I never really switch this on or off. I'll see what it says on this game. Because in Cyberpunk it said active, so we were pretty confident it was working. On Black Myth Wukong it was just giving us that weird version thing, which we know it has that version because it's in the listed games supporting that version. We'll see what it says on this game. I'm going to have to wait for the shaders. Try using upscaling FSR, not native FS. Yeah, I'm not... Can you explain what you mean by those terms, though? Upscaling FSR4, not native FSR4, because my assumption from that would be native FSR, you mean in the game. And then upscaling, I'm assuming you mean override from the driver, but I don't know if that's what you mean. Going to try and download God of War Ragnarok, but 175 gig is impossible. Mate, you need fiber. 1,000,000 megabits per second down. It's downloaded before you've even closed your eyes. FSR4 quality in-game, not native. Oh, you mean actual... Oh, I see. I'm misunderstanding what you're actually saying. You mean native as in 100% render scale. Sorry, I thought you mean like... Sometimes when people say FSR native in-game, they mean... enabling it in the game, not from the overriding in the drive, you know? I've misunderstood. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I'll try it after. We'll check it in this game. Because we're at 98% now. Do you mean just going to quality instead of native like that? We'll see. I can test it in this game and see what happens. What's the new place like? It's a swag pad. Bachelor pad, mate. Girls coming over left, right, and centre. Knocking at my door all day. When I'm trying to work. Right, what were we doing? Okay, so 1440p. I'll leave it at native. Where is Oh god, I hate what's going on with the why is that so jarring? Where's frame generation in this game? Oh, it's there. I still never completed this game. Wish we had pre-downloaded shaders. Yeah, normally I do, but it's because I've switched my GPU around recently, and I'm booting up a load of random games that I haven't played in like forever.
Tyr, you're at the center of this. You always have been. That's why Odin.
Can you believe how low the GPU power is here? 100 watts.
I doubt that very much.
It's the truth. And not just because of prophecies. No one.
Hang on! I got something.
This looks good though. I mean, 140 FPS.
Coming.
This is obviously without it enabled. We'll check in a sec.
I thought you'd
With it enabled.
Well, don't go getting too cheery about it. But you're welcome.
I've collected what we need to find the Norns. Shall we go?
Mum and sister don't count. Whoa!
Madam Nutho, where have you Nutho? I suspect we may have consequences.
This looks pretty good though. I think this game overall actually looks really good anyway. I don't know, we'll see what it looks like when I switch it on. It's gonna make me restart the game though, isn't it? Remember this bit of the game when I go through here and it absolutely just hammers your FPS? I remember that. Is there... Can I just get to somewhere? Is that where I am? You have flickering in F1. I have flickering in Black Myth Wukong, but I don't know if that's related. I don't have
I
F1.
was just there and found no trace. If Odin invited him, he must have provided a way.
No, that is not the only explanation. Tell me where we find these Norns.
I discovered some of their threads near the frozen lake. I stashed one.
Feels pretty good. I honestly, I think
they really don't want
you probably the biggest differences I think is in really high movement, which I feel like you don't. You know, in Cyberpunk we can drive a car really fast. It's where it's just stuff's really obvious. In this, I mean, I guess you can sprint around, which is quite quick.
How I've missed the freezing gusts and constant raider attacks.
Well, that's because they believe
But I always thought this game was quite solid already.
Killing him will end it.
Yeah, the usage is low, yeah.
From me, of course.
It's not really going above 90%, is it? I think this feels pretty good, and this is without it not even on yet. I'll put in a save here, and we'll switch it on. See if it gives us that same... Alright, it's making me restart. I'll restart quick. We'll load straight into this save. And see if it gives me that weird... that same error about... What was it? 3.1.4? If it is, I'll try with the... We'll go to FSR quality and see. Can I show the undervolt I've done? I haven't done an undervolt. So I've enabled that. Let's see. Yeah, see here, it gives me the active. This is what I would expect. So there's something maybe off with Black Myth Wukong then. Because I've just done exactly the same thing, basically. No different. I'm at native here. I'm not using any upscaling. So, yeah, I don't know. Not done anything different with Black Myth Wukong there, but it's for some reason not working. So I think we had about, what did we have, 150, 155 or so FPS. So in this game, we are actually seeing a boost in FPS there, which I couldn't quite confirm on Cyberpunk. I wasn't really noticing that much difference, but it looks like there is an improvement there. My usage, though, what the hell, like 38% then? Although back down to 150 again here.
Come.
Game needs 3.1.4. Yeah, it says Black Myth Wukong has that, but for some reason it gives me an error saying it doesn't.
Better they get this from you.
It says on the website that Black Myth Wukong has that version.
Once the wolves
But
have
when I
the
try and
second
enable it
rise,
in
we'll just
Adrenaline,
follow
it says it doesn't support that version, so I'm not quite sure.
Gate.
Because I don't have that issue with these games, and these games are on the exact same list, so...
Stop whining.
Their fur is matted. When did you last brush them?
They are wolves.
Looks pretty good, though. Like I say,
Fur leads to disease.
before switching on, I didn't really have that many
They take
issues.
care of you.
It's kind of a little difficult to really tell. It still looks very good. I feel like this game is maybe not the best one to really be able to test, because it already did look quite good. Gonna maybe be... this might be a good test actually here, if I'm moving on this sleigh.
It's a chance to clear up all this mess about prophecy. Perhaps get a second
With high
opinion of
movement,
your life
often it
demise.
You didn't tell me you had a
shows
prophecy?
issues, but
When Atreus and I reached Jotunheim, we found a hidden mural. The giants.
seeing maybe a bit of weirdness around the...
Foreseen our entire journey long ago.
there's a bit of... What is that? Is it the breath
Fight. All of it.
coming from the walls?
But you aren't dead.
Oh, they're mounds, I think.
Was from a time
For some reason that looked a bit weird.
I see. You've never struck me as someone who fears death. That's not the problem.
I mean, it looks really good. I can't notice anything here.
Death can have me when it earns me.
Then maybe it's not the future that bothers you. Faye sent you on your journey, and she made sure you'd see that image at the
I'll see if I
end.
can try... Well, maybe
And you're still
hop
not
back
sure.
on Black Myth Wukong and see if we can...
I wish to speak of this no further.
see if we can figure out why that was throwing me that error.
How will we find the Norns?
Watch the wolves closely. See how their heads point.
What do we think, though? I think it looks pretty good. I'm not noticing any ghosting issues here. Even
Well, the Lake of Nine has certainly
latency and
seen
stuff
better
feels
days.
fine, but I think it felt fine already.
Made themselves quite at home. Not sure I've been back to
Not
these
so much a big
parts
difference on this game, because it already did look
She
really good.
speaks highly of that fight as well.
You know of that.
She told me all about it when she found me.
And seeing an improvement of FPS like we saw as well, it seemed to give it a little bit of a boost.
The Valkyrie.
Probably on average, maybe 10 to 15 FPS, I think. We had, what, 150, 155 in that area, and then about 170 with the new update, so that's quite a boost of FPS as well.
She's so loyal. Why? Never.
Doesn't take a love goddess to see where you're coming from.
This thread of fate we are tracing.
What is
It's
Redstone?
not somebody's life, if that's
Redstone, these nuts.
The
Oh!
Norns use it to mark their way when they're outside of the well.
Brother, seems the wolves have led us here. I just hope the Norns are somewhere indoors and warm. Safe to say, no, I have
I
not
don't recall the
listed gardens
usage
for-
being like this bad on this game. It was always like that. Is it just a frame generation thing that causes it?
Thank you.
Yeah, it is.
We will see.
Let's switch frame generation off. We're at 99%. I do not remember the controls.
Incoming fire!
Princess Black Ops 7 2. I don't have it, unfortunately. I don't have that game. I was not buying it this year to try and I don't know what the word is. Let my money speak, or whatever the term is. How do I, you'll have to excuse my noobiness, really. How do I, I've probably got the, I need the fire ones, do I? So I think even with combat, movement, everything still looks really good on this. Black Ops 7 is FSR Redstone principal market. Yeah, but I'm not spending. I refuse to buy that COD. It is so bad. I agree, it'd be good to test, but it's like 70 quid or whatever. It's like, that's just I refuse to pay that for that game. Like, that game's a disgrace to humanity. And I've bought, I think it's the only COD I've probably never bought, but I just refuse to buy that out of principle. Otherwise, I'm just feeding into the ridiculousness of that game. And being like, yeah, it can be this bad and I'll buy it anyway. Other games will get it, that's the thing. Other games will get that update eventually, which I can just test it on those anyway. I'd rather just wait for that than buy that game, really. Is there a way to... technically free with a Game Pass membership? Yeah, but that kind of falls into the same thing. I don't have Game Pass either, because I think that's also... I don't like that either. Especially the fact they increased all the prices. But it's not free, is it? Because you're paying for it, you know, in a way. I know what you mean, but it isn't free, like, free. Because you are still paying for it. If you get what I mean. Chop his head off. Principal gamers, good gamer. Yeah, I feel like Battlefield 6 as well this year for me. It was enough, like shooter wise. I didn't really feel like I needed another shooter game either. Kind of a combination of those things together, and the fact COD was just looked so bad. I just thought I just don't need it this year.
The hilt of a sword.
You know, there's and Arc Raiders 2. I played a bit of that. Just I feel like I had enough shooter games to play where I didn't really need to, you know.
If it does not help us find the Norns, it can wait.
I feel a trace of their illusions.
Whereas if Battlefield 6 wasn't out, then maybe I would, just because I'd need something to feed that itch, but... Shall we... Let's... Any other settings you want to maybe check whilst I'm still here? I think overall it looks really good, honestly, in this game. I can't really see any issues at all. Especially in that little combat scene there, I didn't really notice anything at all. Even when I'm moving really fast, I can't really see anything. That's Warzone. Yeah, I'll have to. I don't actually have Warzone installed because I've not played that game for an absolute lifetime either. Is it on that as well? Is the regeneration thing on Warzone, or is it just Black Ops 7 though? I'm gonna boot Black Myth Wukong back up and see if we can figure that. Only frame generation in that game, yeah. Yeah, we had frame generation on there. Radiance caches in Darktide. I might... Do I have that? I'm not sure if I... I do have that game. I don't know if I've got it installed, though. Do I have Avatar? I do have it. I don't know if I've got it in... I think I just installed it the other day to try and check out the third person. I don't think it has support for it, though. I don't see it on the AMD list. It's working for him and showing in the AMD. Yeah, that's weird, because I don't see it on the AMD list, but maybe I could maybe look. Let me see if I can try and figure this one out, though, because I'll try and show you. Yeah, it gives me this here. So it gives me this upgrade inactive because the game doesn't support this version, but it's on the website it says it does support that version, so it's a bit of a weird one. Doesn't seem like... Just gonna keep making me do that. Do we think... What was the other thing to try? Maybe switch this off? Because we've got that in game. Let me restart and see if that... If that gives us any luck. So I download games in 1 second. No, I was joking. It's not 1 second. I don't. How long would it take? Reserving space. 15 minutes. It might make me lag as well, actually. This might not be a good idea. I think it stops as well if I boot a game, right? How much storage do I have? In total, I don't know actually. I think 4. I have an external drive that I put loads of stuff like footage on, so it depends if you count that. For games, I think I probably have 5 terabytes. I think. But that's everything on my system too, so there is also footage on like one of the drives that obviously it takes, when I do 4K video, it takes up loads of space. So that's not all games. Let me just see if, yeah, it's still giving me that. I don't know. Anyone, I think someone in the chat said they were going to try Black Myth Wukong. Did you have any luck with it? Because it seems to me it's still just giving me that. It's still just giving me that same message. Enable FSR 3.1.4 in-game. What happens if I just put it on that? Activates when you're tabbed in. What do you mean? Still decent, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good storage. I still have to rotate games a bit though. In like, I have obviously a lot of games installed purely just so I can test them. But when I've got games like, I have to switch Flight Simulator and games like this because they're like over 100. I don't know, Flight Simulators, it's like 130 gig or something. Like games where they're over 100, I have to uninstall them occasionally because it's just too, they take up way too much space. Tried out a DLSS swapper to swap the FSR version of the game. You mean like Optiscaler? That, it might be actually, because I probably I might have. It's maybe one, I'll test it later. It could be because I've got Optiscaler on in the game files. That might maybe be breaking something. It could be that. If anything, sorry, I've restarted this game a lot. I'm going to see if Optiscaler is actually, it might work in game. Do I think it's better than DLSS 4? As in like an overall, no. FSR 4, I think overall isn't quite as good as DLSS 4. I think DLSS 4 is like an overall package is still probably slightly better, but I don't think there's much in it. I think like DLSS is overall better at definitely the lower upscaling presets, but there's not much in it anymore. Arsenal play Norgard. Arsenal are gonna get battered. I bet you were crying on Saturday. That Aston Villa goal. I was in the pub. I'll tell you the story, actually. It's really funny. I was in a pub, right, in Southampton. And obviously Southampton are playing Birmingham, right, on Saturday. So everyone in this pub, I didn't realise, but I went into this pub. And then after, I realised the pub is full of Birmingham fans, right? But I don't support Southampton, so it didn't really, I was just there anyway, watching the game. But obviously, they hate Aston Villa. So I'm cheering on Aston Villa because obviously I don't want Arsenal to win. It's 1-0 to Aston Villa, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is good. And then obviously it goes 1-1. They're like loving it, and they're chanting all this stuff about how much they hate Aston Villa. And then obviously Aston Villa score in like, what was it, like 94th minute? I'm literally cheering, and everyone's just staring at me. I'm like, oh god. I thought I wasn't gonna make it out of there. So yes, I think I do have this. I've got OptiScaler on, or in the game files at least. Which this might... Here we go. That's what we need, isn't it? In it. 3.1.4. That'll probably be it, and why it's broken on this and not on the others is because I've got OptiScaler in the game files. Should that... If I restart the game though, it'll restart my... Won't it restart my OptiScaler? It's almost definitely why it's broken, but I'll have to try and remove those OptiScaler from the files. Nearly losing the best YouTube benchmarker to Birmingham fans. And the best thing was Southampton beat Birmingham, so I was like, right, I can't show my face in that pub. People are going to be extra pissed off. A lot of software clashing, yeah. I'll probably have to head off in a sec, but let me see if... did we maybe want to try... Why on earth is Farming Simulator 25 on that list? Like, let's get serious. Out of all the games to test machine learning frame generation, you're going to give me Farming Simulator 25? I mean, let's get a grip. Wait, Hogwarts Legacy is on that list. I didn't think I saw it. That might be worthwhile checking. And what I might do is, because I want to check the avatar third person, I might do that maybe on another day, and I can check frame generation on it then or whatever. I can do that in one hit. Does River Tuner interfere with anything? No. It's a really popular game. Yeah, no, I'm messing with it. I just think it's funny because I feel like I've never seen those games, but it can't be that demanding, can it? Like, does frame generation really help in that game? Although I don't know, to be fair, because you do get games like... I don't really know what the game... Is it just a game where you're just sort of driving a tractor around? I feel like that just wouldn't be very FPS heavy, so like, is frame generation really going to help? But You know, do I really need to be playing Farming Simulator at 300 FPS? Hopefully City lose. No. No, I need City to win, right? They beat Madrid, and then what happens is they're really confident, so they win every single Premier League game. And then that means Arsenal don't win the title, which is good for me. Your shader cache folder must be massive. That's what she said. Where are the settings? Where are the graphics settings in this game? Okay, so we can just max everything. I think that's everything's just ultra, isn't it? Ray tracing on. This will actually be probably quite a good test because in Hogwarts the ray tracing, I thought on like the flooring and stuff, the lighting. Where is Okay, if we just if we go, this doesn't have what? Is this just purely driver override on this game? Oh no, okay. There it is. You have to have that enabled. Okay, if we just put FSR frame generation on first without the upgrade. Oh, the amount of restarting games. Oh yeah, Scotland are going to the World Cup, aren't they? I didn't see the game, no. I think I saw the highlights though. What is Scotland's? Aren't Scotland playing like? Isn't their draw like they're playing like Brazil or something? Or am I imagining that? They have a really hard team, don't they? Oh yeah, it is Brazil. Scotland, Brazil, that's crazy. At 11 o'clock, what the hell? I suppose the timing, oh my god, those games are... Those Scotland games, 2 AM, 11 PM, 11 PM. I suppose it's on American time, isn't it? What are the England game times? Are they also really crazy? Oh, they're a bit earlier. 9, 10. Gonna be having some late nights on a school night. Last goal was sexual. Was that the McTominay like bicycle kick? One of the goals. That was that game, wasn't it? So this is without the latest update with frame generation on FSR quality. What is it giving me? Yeah, so you can see it up. So we've got possibly some sort of some machine learning upscaling on here, and that's actually active now. It's not giving me that error anymore. We'll see what this looks like in here. It might be worth switching FSR off as well. I don't know what's going on there with that. It's like those, the window light has just sort of appeared there. That's a bit weird. One thing I'm noticing is whenever I have frame generation, my usage is massively lower. Where's the, like, Great Hall in here? Although, anyone remember that staircase? And it had all this, like, marble flooring. That is somewhere. It's definitely not this way. Might be... So I remember that was always quite a good test. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I think if I remember, actually, it was up here, wasn't it? Maybe. Not out there. Oh, I don't know where that'll be. And you can fast travel, can't you? I think grand staircase, Great Hall. Anyone remember what that marble? Was it that? Great Hall. That might be worth. That might be worth it. How do I fast travel? Travel. Oh, he kicked the ball from the halfway line. It was that goal. Yeah, I think McTominay's was like one of the... Was that the first goal? I think that was the first goal, wasn't it? I think this is still... This looks okay here. It's not... It's not ideal, really. It was where I was wanted to look at it. I'm gonna actually fully switch this off. See what it looks like just at native in terms of visuals. So redstone is automatically enabled when you click the FSR option. Yeah, you possibly have to. For example, if this was off, like frame generation here, I've got off. If I switch this on, you need to restart the game. But outside of that, yeah. Once this is active there. Although probably worthwhile if I actually just switch that off here. Damn, anyone ever remember what that marble area I'm trying to think of? I feel like if I saw the name, I would know it straight away. Trophy room. These are all classrooms. Central Hall. You'll not have ray tracing enabled? No, I'm pretty sure I do. Ray tracing. It's on. It's on. I was saying it's off now, but it was on. In the right section. Grand staircase. No, it's like this bit. It's like this bit with all this marble floor. Grand staircase. Is that not the circular staircase? Didn't we already go there?
Goblins had no prospect of success.
I thought I went to that already.
They should have known.
That's definitely on this bit. Was it grand staircase then? Am I having an absolute shocker? Oh no, that was the tower. Yeah, this is not it. Central Hall. Harry Potter remake soon. Heard you were off about the woke elements. Is that the one that's on Prime? Was it this? No, this is the bit we were at. Damn, what is the bit I'm thinking of? Also, where the hell is everyone? Why is it... where is everyone? Yeah, I honestly have actually got no idea the bit I'm thinking. I thought if I saw it... For some reason... Hospital wing. I sound like a very handsome British man. That's because I am. Absolute lengers. Trophy room. What the hell? So do you see stuff like this? You see this glass here? I wonder if you see any difference with that. The way that looks. I think the game overall, I don't know, it just doesn't really look that bad, does it? Defense against the Dark Arts is. Where's that? Potions. Oh no, I know what that is. Classroom. Oh my god. Genius. This is it. It's only taken me an hour. Yeah, this is what I was thinking. This area is normally quite nice with the lighting. I think in the daytime though. How do we... Can we fast forward time? I don't really feel like this game really... Like, ghosting and stuff. I never really... Is it that bad in this game? I never really thought it was, but this might, maybe this area give us some sort of... Whoa, what the hell has happened to my FPS though? 39. You see that? On this bit. Need to reset those lows. Look at that one. That's not good. So yeah, you can kind of... I think the differences we might see, right? It's maybe a little hard to see on the stream, but stuff like this, where you see, look how kind of grainy that looks on the floor. Do you see that? This is the kind of thing you see in Cyberpunk. And you can see a sort of weird flickering, and it's just not very sharp. These are the kind of things that I would assume switching, going to that on. I wonder what it's like, because I did switch off frame generation. What does it look like with just base frame generation and not the new, like, machine learning stuff? What does that look like? It's going to make me restart though, isn't it? How do I save it? Let me save it so we can just load straight back in there. Otherwise I'm never going to find that place again. What does it look like? Screen space reflections. We're definitely definitely got ray tracing everything on here though. I wonder if it's at the because of night time. I feel like this game doesn't look that crazy at night. In the daytime, where you can see all the light kind of coming through the windows, I feel like is where you can really kind of see it shine. Do make sure to drop a like on the stream if you haven't already. Also consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already as well. Like I say, I'll try and check out a couple of other games as well on another day. Try and get Black Myth Wukong working. This game's very quiet. It's like barely any. You can see it here. Like, look at this. Look at the ground here. You can really kind of see how rough that looks. Oh, hello. But yeah, you're sort of really seeing it there. See this image, especially when that person just walked over it. You really saw the pixelation and stuff around her moving. I mean, you're seeing it everywhere here, look. And this is obviously without the update. But hopefully this will actually give us a fairly worthwhile comparison. You're even seeing it around my character. I was going to say Harry, but it's not Harry Potter, is it? See it around his head? I'm seeing that a lot. Mostly seeing it. This bit looks okay, I guess. Mostly seeing it on when I'm over this side looking back. Seems like it's where it's worse than it. Yeah, like look. So let's see if I can maybe. I'm gonna have to restart, but if we switch all that on, it's gonna make me restart again. But if I do that, keep that in mind as to what that looked like. Let's see how much better that looks. Ray tracing looks proper. Yeah, I don't know. It was always on, though. We did have it on. How did I get the update? Just download the latest driver. So if we check settings, so I've got frame generation on, we've got quality on. In theory, if I come into the driver, they should hopefully both be active. If adrenaline's going to open, which just doesn't look like it will. No! Adrenaline, don't do this to me. Oh, adrenaline's not going to open. You're having a laugh. Why can't I can't move my mouse over more than that. What? Hang on. I can't even do anything in the game anymore. What's happened? Is it because I got my controller plugged in? I can't do anything. What? What's going on? Alright. Restart. No, yo. What's going on? My mouse won't work. What the hell? I've got this like box where my mouse, I can't go past here. It's as though the adrenaline thing is open, but it's not. What? My mouse don't work. Oh, not now. We're in the right at the pinnacle of the test. Oh, you're having a laugh, dude. My download's still going. I don't even know what I do. I can't do anything. Oh, man. Is this going to be a quick restart? What an absolute disaster. Oh. Oh, no, my mouse. My mouse just don't work. Oh, that's literally what I've been That's what caused it. Oh, R is what did it. Oh, this is going to be a full PC wipe. Give me a sec. Damn it! I felt like we were so close to seeing that once I enabled it. Yeah, Alt-R wasn't doing anything. I pressed Alt-R to get the overlay up. I think it did open, but it obviously just... Something was open. Disable universal serial bus. The issue is my mouse wouldn't work. I couldn't actually click anything. It was like it was stuck on. Oh no, oh no. Look at the state of this. Windows is updating. Maybe that's what it was. Oh no. Never want to update Windows on live on stream. Let's restart. Okay, it's switching on. It's switching on. What time do those Champions League games start? Is it 8? Any games... I tell you what, there's a bigger chance. Let me know any games that you think that I should test, because I feel like there's not really any games coming out soon. I mean, I suppose we're close to Christmas. That normally it's really quiet, isn't it? There's just not really been anything new that interesting to play. I don't think the next real big games I'm really interested in it until maybe January or February. Is that when Resident Evil comes out? Is that February? And that James Bond game comes out in maybe February? It normally goes super quiet, doesn't it? Around this time of year. Where Wins Me? I did actually do a video on that. I did a quick video. Because whilst I was not really streaming, I tried to do a couple of videos. Just because I've been really busy with work, and then I had to move at the same time, so it was all just a bit chaos. So I did try and do a couple of videos. I'll maybe try and play through some games that I haven't really completed. But I did check that Where Wins Me on this GPU, actually, on the 9070 XT. I mean, the game overall ran really quite easy. Crimson Desert, yeah, I've got that on my wish list. Most of the games aren't until at least February or later, I don't think, are they? The Windows update is complete. That's great. I didn't want it. Expedition. I did actually play that when it first came out. But I didn't. I think I got a I appreciate why that's a really good game, but I just couldn't. It just wasn't my thing. Pioneer. Is that coming out this year? Still have to see if you can get it through like an Avatar. I'll check, because I think I did install Avatar later. I'll check. Maybe I'll stream that a bit. Because I wanted to see the third person on it. What is going on? I've not got a mouse again. There it is. Fenrir's Leash with the $5. Thanks. I appreciate it a bit for your time. Thanks. That's very kind. Let's see if we can. Okay, it looks like we're working here. They've got FSR frame generation on. Do I dare try and open Adrenaline? I do dare. Oh, it's there. It's giving me this again. It's giving me this weird FSR thing. Do I have Optiscaler on this game? I definitely don't. I've definitely never done Optiscaler on this game. What is doing that then? Because this is definitely on the list. I see it there, look, Hogwarts Legacy. Games on this in this section have FSR 3.1.4 or higher, but then it's telling me it doesn't. Upgrade inactive. Enable FSR 3.1.4. Note that FSR may only activate during gameplay. Upgrade support may vary by game, or the latest version is already enabled in-game. If you enabled the upgrade while the game was running, a game restart. What happens if I actually just boot into the game? Am I just being too... Oh, dude, my controllers... This is the type of game, I think, where when you boot it, if you use a mouse and keyboard, you then can't use a controller. Yeah, my controller's not working now. This is... I think it's a game issue. Ah, it's active now. There we go, so it is working. You just can't be in the menu. That's a bit of a... That's a bit of a, like, weird intricacy there, then, I guess. But you can see here, I've got all the new stuff enabled. So I've got that active there, upscaling. I've also got frame generation machine learning here. That's activated there as well. And obviously in the settings, you can see that I've got those enabled. So this is with ray tracing, obviously everything maxed, but we're still, by the looks of it, that doesn't seem to have really helped us at all, does it? Still seeing exactly the same thing. If anything, this looks worse to me. What's all this? Still this flickering here. That pretty much looks the same, doesn't it? If anything, like, we didn't... I don't think we had this before. This kind of spotty flickering. I don't even know what you would call that. Like artifacts. I think I've seen that in Cyberpunk before, actually. Yeah, that looks the same, doesn't it? Doesn't really look any different. Do I have a second monitor? Yeah. Yeah, not that impressed there with that. That looks the same, doesn't it? I thought maybe we'd see that improved, but it looks the same. If anything here too, look, you see this here? Look how sort of flickering that is. Turn off ray tracing. Yeah, we can have a look. The thing is though, is the whole point is to try and reduce like visual noise. Obviously, you get a lot of that ray tracing, so. Frame generation causes it even with the new update. You would hope to see it at least maybe be a bit better, but still the same. I have to restart, I think, on ray tracing anyway. But I'll probably have to head off. Head off now. I do. Yeah, I do actually have a 5070 Ti. Let me actually have a quick look. Have a quick look at my. It's weird actually because you know what I might do. I might just have a quick look at Black Myth Wukong again, and see if it's just because I'm in the main menu. Is that we can maybe find out if that's why it's thrown that weird. Maybe it's just because I was looking at it from the menu, because then that would make sense. Denoiser for ray tracing. Yeah, no, I wasn't. I don't mean specifically like the ray regeneration, but just in general, like ghosting and stuff like this with frame generation. Like stuff like that. Like in that scenario there, it was worse with the new update because I was getting that weird flickering. Those like spotty flickering that I didn't have before. So it's kind of worse in that sense of like I didn't actually have that issue before. We still had that weird like shimmering on the flooring, which yeah, ray regeneration will probably make a bigger difference. But for some reason I was getting more flickering with the new machine learning thing. Let's just see what it says then if I just boot into the game. It's in Darktide. Yeah, there doesn't really seem to be. This is the only issue I struggle with sometimes. Is there's never really a clear consensus as to like. I'm trying to follow the AMD website because I think if it's on there, surely I can be fairly confident. But there's so many weird nuances to it. It doesn't really explicitly say. Like for example, the ray regeneration thing. I know there's some Black Ops 7, but I can't really find anything on the website to say it's in Darktide. Unless someone can tell me where I can see that. But at least on Redstone, I'm assuming Darktide's in that list, but then it doesn't... Yeah, Warhammer Darktide's on there. It did say something... Does it say anything about... No, it doesn't say anything if I search... what is it? It's called Ray Regeneration on AMD, isn't it? Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing with that wording in that list. Let me just see if it... Yeah, see, even in the game here, it still gives me that weird error. I think that's possibly got to be because I've got Optiscaler modded in the files. I think it might be messing with it. I'll try and look at that. Let me see how long I've got on this download, because if I can maybe... If I can download that... Your understanding is the Darktide implementation isn't out yet. Let me do... There's a video on what? Darktide? Ray reconstruction in Warhammer Darktide was an experimental feature, sometimes appearing... Oh, okay. This is like a... There's so many wordings for it too, like FSR Radiance. Like, what is it called? In Call of Duty, it's called Ray Regeneration, isn't it? Like, in the actual setting, it's called that, I think. See, here from 2 hours ago, it says... AMD's new FSR Radiance caching feature is experimental and therefore not currently planned to be added in Darktide. It might be like a modding thing as opposed to an actually supported thing in the game. AMD showed a very short clip of Warhammer Darktide running. Yeah, see, I don't... It's giving me... It is out on Darktide. I'm installing the game here. That's saying 25 minutes though. Why is that going to take so long? I wonder if I can boot up Avatar quick. Ray Regen is a Black Ops 7 and Radiant's cache. This is also my issue, is there's so many, like... No, anyone else just find it difficult to keep up with all the different nuances to it. Like, you've got some games with the frame generation, some with this regeneration, well, one with Radiant's cache. It's like, I can't keep up with it. They didn't say it's out for the public. To me, it looks like it isn't. The stuff I'm reading online, it feels like it isn't out. They did a demo. Surely it would say, wouldn't it, on the it would say in the actual store of it, would it? Not the store, but like, you know, would it say that was yesterday, patch notes. Would it be in that, something like that? It would say like available now or something. I feel like it would, wouldn't it? How's my internet so fast? I got fiber. See, that was patch notes from yesterday. Radiant's cache isn't the same as Ray Regeneration. No, I know. I know. That's why I said it's like different things in different games. That's what I was saying, though. It's hard to keep up with all the differences. Is that Sky full fiber? BT? Which I think Sky uses like BT, don't they? BT lines. It was a showcase. Yeah, that's the vibe that I'm getting from what I'm reading. It looked like it was like you say, a showcase demo, as opposed to it actually being out. Unless you can guide me to like a video or something where someone's actually switched it on, to me it looks like everything I'm reading, it's just says it's currently planned, it's experimental and currently being planned to be released. What game is that they're demoing that on, though? I can't tell. There's a photo on their website. It doesn't say what game that is, and I can't tell by the image. Oh, okay. The image for Radiant's caching does look like it's dark tide. How much the BT fiber is a month? I don't know the exact amount. I think it's 45 quid. I think it was something like 43.99 or something weird. But I got I only got a 12-month. Like, you can get a 24-month. And obviously if you do 24-month it's cheaper. But I only committed to 12. Because I've only got this flat for 12, but obviously I maybe renew, but I guess if you're in a house or something, you could probably do the 2 and it's cheaper. And that's just internet too. That's like nothing else. I don't have a TV or anything. What other games shall I maybe install? What other games are on that list? You're paying 36 for EE. I think EE uses BT anyway, doesn't it? I probably get the same speeds as you, it costs more. I find EE though, I have EE phone and they honestly, they put the prices up so much. I swear. But I'm pretty sure they just use BT lines anyway, don't they? See, other game... what other game? It's got... I might maybe just have a look at this quick. Have a look at that. What games is supported by FSR Redstone? There's loads. If you go onto the AMD website, there's like a massive list of games. It is different though. So some is more just the upscaling, and there's less games with for the frame generation. Like some of the bigger frame generation ones are Arc Raiders, Formula 1, the Mafia, the latest game, the Old Country Squad, actually, which I kind of forgot about that game. Black Myth Wukong, Marvel Rivals, The Finals, Call of Duty, Black Ops 7, God of War Ragnarok. Kind of some random game, SpongeBob SquarePants. I mean, what? I want to test frame generation in that. Anyway, I think I might go because Champions League game. Yeah, we've got to watch Man City beat Madrid, haven't we? So I think I might head off. Like I said, I'll try and... I don't know if it'll be about tomorrow. But I'll try and do another stream in the next couple of days, and I'll test a couple of these other games. I'll try and get Black Myth Wukong working, because it is likely Optiscaler that was just breaking it, and I'll finish this Darktide download because there's still going to be maybe another 10-15 minutes. Yeah, so I don't think it has it, but I'll see once it finishes. I'll see. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already, so you'll see when I go live, and I'll catch you next time.